City Skylines 2 publisher says fans are less accepting. You will fix things over time. I will stop right there. This is Paradox. Paradox is their publisher, I'm quite sure. We'll find out in a moment. But if I remember correctly, it's Paradox Interactive. Look, I'm sorry. But if you want to... let's just start this off by rehashing the fact that they, right before the release of this game, came out and were quoted and were basically telling the general public that City Skylines 2 was not ready. It was not polished. It was still had a lot of things that needed to be fixed. It was not a completely finished product, and they were still going to release it. Instead of delaying it like they should have and making it a more polished product, a finished product, which is what people expect to have, right? It's not that we don't expect some bugs, some glitches here and there and stuff, but unfinished? No, not at all, right? So you're going to come out and say that to us and then say that we're less accepting of you to fix things over time? You shouldn't be pushing out games that aren't finished in the first place. You asshats. Us as consumers are tired of that. You wonder why City Skylines 2 didn't do nearly as well as City Skylines 1 had. You know, that's going to be a large part of it, my friends. I'm really sorry to tell you that as somebody running a company that is, you know, in the business of producing games for a consumer, your job is to produce games that are functional and complete in, you know, most, if not all aspects, you know, to the best extent possible. Doesn't mean there won't be some things that you might have to address after the fact and stuff like that. But to come out and blatantly tell people it's not finished, but you're releasing it anyways, get wrecked. You deserved this. Okay? City Skylines, just a second, I'll read that stuff, guys. Give me 1 second. City Skylines 2 publisher Paradox. Yep, Paradox Interactive hasn't had it easy lately with its Sims competitor Life by You canceled and Prison Architect 2 delayed, but perhaps it's for the best because when it does release games, they're sometimes not what players expect. The most obvious example of this is City Skylines 2, which launched with tons of issues, criticized left and right, so much so that its developer Colossal Order asked the community to be less toxic. When the game's first DLC was released, it was so poorly received that Colossal Order apologized and issued refunds. Dude, I'm pretty sure I made a YouTube video of this. Hold on. Is this it? Yep. Here you go. Here's your link. I'll try to link this if... I'll probably turn this into a video as well. This is disgusting. This is so stupid. I'm so sick of these companies doing this crap. There's your link right there to the video we made. When was this published, dude? This was back in October of last year. So a year ago, right? A year ago, almost a year ago exactly. We're like 2 weeks away, actually. October 25th of last year, I published that article where we covered the fact that they came out and told everybody the game wasn't ready, but they were releasing it anyways. Ridiculous. So, apparently they've asked the community to be less toxic. When the game's first DLC was released, it was so poorly received that Colossal Order apologized and issued refunds. They shouldn't have released it right then anyways. Speaking about it with Rock, Paper, Shotgun, Paradox Interactive's Deputy Chief Executive Officer, Matthias Lilia, admitted that while the company knew the release of the base game would have some problems, it didn't expect to see that many. Chief Creative Officer Henrik Farias added that the team underestimated players' reactions. This taught it to try to be more open with fans from early on. Now the company is more aware of players' levels of tolerance toward imperfections. This is so ridiculous. This is such a ridiculous notion. What do I always say about games in a ratings perspective? I've never played a perfect game. Ever. I've never, ever played a perfect game. I have played a lot of bangers, and I've never played a perfect game. We are, as gamers, accepting of imperfections because that is what software is. There's no such thing as perfect software. There's always going to be imperfections, right? So, more aware of players' level of tolerance toward imperfections, there's a big difference towards, the fact that we are understanding and accepting of some bugs and, some things that are going to be acceptable from a gameplay perspective in games, right? And still the game feel polished and ready and finished, correct? As opposed to a game being released and being completely broken, a buggy ass mess, and being just nigh unplayable or just not enjoyable because it is such a hassle to deal with the performance being so bad, right? It is a stark contrast between those two things. And for this company to come out and again tell everybody in the first place they knew the games, they know the games at this time last year, right? They came out, they told everybody, we know the game is not finished. It's got some issues. We're releasing it anyway. And you think people were going to react this way? Are any of the people that are executives that work at this company actually, do any of them actually play games? Do any of them actually know what video games are about? It doesn't seem like it. Here's their quote. It's also based on the fact that we, in all transparency, see that fans right now with a squeezed budget for games have higher expectations or are less accepting that you will fix things over time. We don't want games that aren't finished. That's our take. The gaming space has always been the winner-takes-all type of environment. A few games bring in most of the players, and most games are dropped quite quickly. And this is even more pronounced now, during maybe the last 2 years. Hopefully this means we will see fewer sloppy games in the future, and studios partnering with Paradox will spend more time testing their games on real players. What do you think about City Skylines 2? This is what I think about City Skylines 2. I'm going to compare it to something like Payday 2. Or Payday 3, excuse me. I think most people that probably played City Skylines 2 went back and started playing City Skylines 1. Because it wasn't worth for them. Again, an obvious deflect. Yeah, they're like gaslighting us, right? It's us. We're the bad ones, right? They're not getting away with the same crap they used to, at least not to the same level that they used to in the industry, right? Making crap games, releasing crap games, unfinished games. They're not making the same kind of money they used to off of them. We're being more vocal. We're holding them accountable more than we used to. And it's our fault, right? It's our fault for doing that. We keep getting gaslit like this. It's incredible. It's just so stupid, But I think this is going to be the same kind of situation. It's like, a lot of people loved City Skylines, the first one. And then City Skylines 2 comes out and it's a hot garbage dumpster fire. It's a mess. And then everybody goes, well, why would I buy this and play this if I can just go back and keep playing City Skylines 1? It's much better. Same thing. Something like Payday 2. Payday 2 was a banger. Payday 3 came out and it was a hot mess. And then everybody went, well, why would I buy this and play this if I can just keep playing Payday 2? It's way better and it's way cheaper. You know what I mean? Get wrecked, dude. Figure your crap out.